Number 13. Tatra sthitau yatnobhyasah. Translation: Abhyas, practice, is the steadfast effort to control the mind. So we had physical practice for physical skills. Bruce Lee, he said, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So here we are talking about mastering the mind through the practice. Now you say, Guruji, I don't want to practice, you practice for me. ऐसी कृपा करो, do such a grace, Guruji, that I will not have to practice. Is it possible? Guruji can make the situation favorable, he can give you the knowledge, he can make the tools and techniques, appraise you of them. But each bird has to fly its own flight. एक पेड़ दो पक्षी बैठे, एक गुरु एक चेला, अपनी करनी गुरु उतरे, अपनी करनी चेला. So, this practice, what is the consequence of the practice? He says in the next sutra, 14. Satu dirghakala nairantarya satkara sevito dridhabhumi. Translation: when practice is continued for long duration, with dedication and without interruption, it becomes firmly grounded. So he is talking now about the habit-forming nature of the brain. You wish to adopt a beneficial behavior, right? Let us say that you learn about the benefits of waking up early. And you say, okay, I wish to wake up early. Now you have the habit of sleeping late and waking up late. So how do you go about establishing a new habit? First day, you have to force yourself with great energy, because all the neural structures in the brain are tuned to getting you to sleep late. And now you wish to change things, create new pathways. So on the first day, it will be a tremendous struggle. Never mind. Just hold on with patience. Continue. The second day, the struggle will be a little less. And third day, it will be even less. And you carry on. So what he says is that after a few days, dridhabhumi, the new habit will get established. So an intelligent person breaks the unbeneficial habits and establishes the new habits that serve one very well. In 1947, Donald Hebb, he presented his Hebbian theory of learning, which is still accepted as valid. He said, when you think or behave, the neurons fire each other. So when one neuron repeatedly fires the other, then organic reactions happen between the two, which facilitates the firing of the second neuron by the first one more easily in future. As the saying goes, neurons that fire together, wire together. So when a thought pattern is getting repeated, those neural pathways are getting etched. And the consequence of that is the work is becoming easier and easier and easier. They have studied it in the case of rats. They put rats in a maze with cheese on the other end. Now they could smell the cheese, but they could not find the cheese. So smelling, 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 it took them 1 hour to reach it. Now this was repeated until the rats learned. And then moment they would be released, they would run to the cheese. Even the rat's brain had that ability. So what do you do? How long does it take for the habit to get established? Well, some people say 21 days. Others say no, 256 days. Others say no, 66 days. It all depends on what kind of habit you are trying to establish. If you want to establish the habit of staying away from social media, possibly even 15 days will be enough. If you want to establish the habit of breaking negative thinking, then maybe you'll need 3-4 months of dedicated practice. Nevertheless, it takes time. And this creates a valley of discontent. Which means you are trying hard, but that mastery is not coming. And that is what discourages people. And then they give up. But they need to know that it takes time. Even the hen has the patience of hatching its egg with 21 days of incubation. So we intelligent human beings, can't we wait? The problem is that the results are not visible and so we are discouraged. Now look, if you put ice on the heat, the temperature is rising from 0 degrees Fahrenheit to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. But it is still ice, you say, nothing is happening. Keep on giving the heat, it has become 30 degrees. Still not melted. 31. Nothing is going to happen. Arey, just hold on. At 32, it suddenly becomes water. Now, it did not suddenly become water. The process was in place. The results came suddenly. Anything that seems to happen suddenly has got a preparation, incubation period behind it. The same is with bad habits. Now look at the earthquakes that happen. They happen all of a sudden, but not really. Those tectonic plates in the crust of the earth, they were rubbing against each other, the pressure was building, and suddenly it erupted. So, if Maharshi Patanjali is saying here that, look, this is what will happen. Donald Hebb has given it 2500 years after Maharshi Patanjali. So how come he had such a deep understanding of the mind 2.5 millennia ago? But like the master of mind management, he is telling you what is going to happen. Any learning will go through 3 stages. The first will be conscious incompetence. What is that? You apply your mind, but you will still be incompetent. Like when you wish to do cycling, first when we were children as 5-year-olds, we got onto the bicycle. And we were told, look, you have to pedal and you also have to hold the handle and keep the balance and look in front. And our brain, we put it on red alert, but we were not able to do 4 things together and dharam, we fell. But we did not become disappointed, we kept on. So what was the consequence of that? The next stage came, conscious competence. With full attention, we were able to do it. And then we kept on practicing. And after a little while, we reached the third stage, unconscious competence. Now, We were able to do it without paying attention to it. So this is the way to mastery in anything. When my Gurudev, he called me over to his ashram, he wanted me to study the Vedic scriptures. I did it at his lotus feet. And at the end, he said, all right, now you go and distribute this knowledge. So I had no idea. The lecture was fixed at one temple. So he had told me that, look, don't be discouraged. If there are only 8 people attending your lecture, then think they are the Asht Mahasakhis of Radha Krishna and give with enthusiasm. So 125 leaflets were printed and given to the pujari of the temple. Now he used a few of them as toilet paper and the rest I don't know what he did. But when I came for the lecture, there were 7 murgis out there. I said, Maharajji said that, look, if there are 8 people, you don't mind, and here there are only 7. Chalo, including me, there are 8. So I closed my eyes and to start speaking so that I don't lose focus and attention. And after 1.5 hours, I opened my eyes and there was only one person there. I asked him, where did the others go? He said, Are Babaji, you became so boring that they all left. I said, then why did you not leave? He said, you know, this bed sheet on which you are sitting is mine. You get up, then I will leave. Now in those days, there was no mobile. Nevertheless, over the landline, I called my Gurudev and I said, you asked me to preach. I don't think I have it in me to preach. He said, Beta, everything is achieved through practice. So practice, practice. Now he is saying here, it must be constant practice. And Donald Hebb agrees. Donald Hebb says that if you stop the practice, the organic reactions reverse. And that is exactly what the Shastras say. Anabhyasena visham vidya. The moment you stop practice, this starts evaporating. Hence Ravi Shankar, the music maestro, was asked that, you know, after 40 years of these performances, do you still have to practice? He said, if I stop practice for 1 week, the flow is not there. If I don't practice for 15 days, the critics in the audience come to know, today is he off color. And if I don't practice for 1 month, everybody comes to know that Ravi Shankar was not informed today. But the good news is that if you gave up practice and the knowledge disappeared and the organic reactions reversed, next time you start the practice, it will not require that much time to re-reverse the reactions. So Maharshi Patanjali, he would have taught Donald Hebb a few lessons. He says, when the practice is continued for long duration with dedication and without interruption, it will become firmly grounded. Now let us see the next sutra. Drishta nushravika Vishaya vitrishnasya Vashikara sangya Vairagyam. Translation, Vairagya, non-attachment, is the practice of detachment from desire for sense objects that are seen or heard. Earlier he said, look, to control the mind, you will need 2 things, practice and detachment. He has explained practice, now he is explaining detachment. Detachment is the ability to withdraw your mind from the objects of the senses. One farmer was walking with his cow. He had the cow on the rope and he came to his Guruji. Guruji said, who has whom bound out here? So the farmer said, I have bound the cow with my rope. Guruji said, leave the rope and see what happens. So he followed his guru's instruction and left the rope. The cow started running and the farmer started running behind it. Guruji said, you are bound to the cow. So that binding is the inner one, the attachment of the mind. The mind has various features, and one of the features is clinging. Now it clings, right? All parents know this clinging of the mind. Oh, Swamiji, my child is going to go to university after 12. I'm feeling so miserable. Why? The attachment of the mind, the clinging. So that clinging could be to anything. You will not believe it. People have fallen in love with inanimate objects. Erika Eiffel has been twice world champion in archery in women's. And she says openly, I'm in love with the Eiffel Tower. That's why her name, Erika Eiffel. My beloved is the Eiffel Tower. When I look at it, I just feel so thrilled. So a person could be attached to a person, could be attached to objects, could be attached to pleasures, anything. Now that clinging is what comes in the way of mental control. People say, Swamiji, my mind doesn't stay in God. So where does it stay? Does it stay in the world? No, it doesn't stay in the world also, it doesn't stay in God also. Does it remain in pending, hanging in between? Arey Baba, there are two areas, one is God and one is the world. If it is not staying in God, there's only one reason. It is running to the world. And why is it running to the world? Because of attachments. That attachment we have created. The astonishing thing, Raja Janak asked his Guru, Gurudev, what is this Maya? Everybody talks about Maya, Buddhism talks about Mara, the material energy. What is this Maya? So Janak's Guru went and grabbed a tree and started screaming, leave me, leave me. Now first, Janak thought he is my Guru, I should be polite and not intervene. But Guruji went on screaming for 5 minutes, then Janak said, Guruji, if you don't mind, can I just point out, the tree is not grabbing you, you are grabbing the tree. Guruji said, Beta, that is the definition of Maya. We are saying Maya has caught me, but we are the ones who have caught Maya by our attachments. So he says that you will need to practice detachment. Practice to withdraw your mind from these varieties of attachments. The world will release you. You know how the monkeys are caught? Before Morarji Desai became Prime Minister of India in 1970s, India used to export monkeys, the rhesus monkeys. And then in America they would split their head and do varieties of research, etc. So Morarji Desai banned it. But how are monkeys caught? Even the monkey trainers, they first catch the monkey. So it's very interesting. It is only attachments. They take a thin-necked bottle and fix it in the ground and put peanuts in it. And then they go and hide behind the tree. So the monkey appears. Peanuts! The monkey straightens its hand and puts it into the bottle and grabs the peanuts until it becomes a fist. Now it wishes to pull the fist out, but it's unable to do so because it's a thin neck bottle. So it thinks it has got stuck. Chee, 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 chee. The monkey trainer comes and whacks it on the head and grabs it. So Likewise, these attachments are bespoiling the mind. They are coming in the way of our happiness, in the way of our using this fine instrument of the mind to its highest potential. So Maharishi Patanjali says you will have to practice Vairagya. And how will you do it? He is going to explain.